Chosen one, listen closely. A knock is coming. A knock that will shake the foundations of your life. You've been hidden, overlooked, attacked, forgotten. But I see you. I know you. I have not left you. The world has tried to break you. Life has whispered lies in your ear. You've felt the weight, the silence, the doubt. But tonight, everything changes. Do not turn away. Do not hesitate. What waits at your door will surprise you. It will challenge you. It will demand your courage. And it is for you. Only for you. A gift, a calling, a destiny. Prepare your heart. Prepare your soul. Because the moment is near. And your life will never be the same. Listen to me, chosen one. Because I need you to hear this in the silence of your heart. Your struggle was never me punishing you. Never. The pain you walked through was not my anger against you. It was my hand shaping you. You thought I left when life became heavy. You thought I was silent because I stopped caring. But I was closer to you in your broken seasons than you ever realized. You remember the nights you cried when nobody was watching. The moments you questioned your worth. The days you felt like you were fighting battles you never signed up for. The confusion. The rejection. The doors that slammed in your face while others walked forward easily. You wondered why your path was harder. You wondered why your heart had to carry so much weight. But chosen one, a strength is not born in comfort. Authority is not given to those who never learned how to stand after falling. I allowed the pressure around you because I was building spiritual muscle inside your soul. The world was trying to label you weak, but I was training you to carry something greater than yourself. Every tear was teaching you compassion. Every disappointment was teaching you discernment. Every betrayal was teaching you wisdom. You were not being broken. You were being expanded. Like gold refined in fire, your spirit was being purified, strengthened, prepared for influence you cannot yet imagine. You felt alone, didn't you? Like nobody understood the war inside your mind. But I was teaching you how to walk with me in places where applause is absent, but purpose is loud. I was preparing you for authority that does not depend on approval from people. Because when your season of authority arrives, you will not crumble under pressure. You will stand when others panic. You will speak life where there is fear. You will carry peace into chaos. The same storms that tried to destroy, you will become evidence of the strength I placed inside you. The struggle was never meant to stop you. It was meant to elevate you. You are not surviving by accident. You are being prepared for influence, impact, and destiny that will echo far beyond your past pain. So lift your head, chosen one. Your suffering was never wasted. I was there, turning your pain into purpose, your wounds into wisdom, and your struggle into authority. And what I am about to do next in your life will prove that I never left you alone. Listen to me, chosen one. I know rejection has left scars on your heart. I know you replay those memories sometimes. The faces, the closed doors, the people who walked away like you never mattered. The moments you were not chosen, not invited, not valued. I saw every second of it. And I need you to hear this clearly, that rejection was never my abandonment of you. It was my protection over you. You thought you were being pushed away because you were not enough. You compared yourself to others who seemed to be accepted faster, loved easier, celebrated louder. You watched them walk into opportunities you wanted. You asked me quietly through tears why your story felt delayed while everyone else's seemed to move forward. But chosen one, not every place is built to carry your calling. Some environments are beautiful on the surface, but spiritually toxic beneath. Some hearts are not ready for the depth of purpose I placed inside you. If I had allowed you to stay in every place that rejected your spirit, your dreams would have slowly been drained, your faith diluted, your fire dimmed. So I stepped in quietly, not with thunder, not with loud announcements, but with divine redirection. Do you remember how painful it felt when someone you trusted turned cold? When opportunities suddenly disappeared? When relationships that once felt promising faded without explanation? You thought something was wrong with you, but I was simply pulling you out of places that could not carry the weight of your destiny. Because your calling is not small. Your spirit is not shallow. The grace on your life carries influence, healing, leadership, and spiritual authority. And not every person can stand next to someone I have anointed for greater purpose. You were not rejected because you were inferior. You were rejected because your future was too valuable to be handled by people who could not recognize sacred purpose when they saw it. I had to protect your heart from becoming hardened by environments that would have forced you to become someone you were never created to be. I protected your kindness from turning into bitterness, your passion from turning into survival mode ambition, your heart from learning to settle for less than what I prepared for you. The people who rejected you thought they were closing a chapter of your life, but I was writing a new one in secret. And listen closely, because this is important. The rejection you experienced was not the end of connection in your life. It was the beginning of alignment. I am surrounding you with people, opportunities, and places that will recognize the divine light inside you without you having to prove it. You will one day look back and thank me for every door that closed. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I was guarding your destiny with jealous love. So stop questioning your worth because of who walked away. The right people will recognize you without you chasing them. Because what I place on you cannot be hidden forever, and what I am preparing for you will be far greater than what you lost. Listen carefully, chosen one, because what you are feeling is not random chaos. What you are experiencing is evidence. Evidence that something powerful is being formed inside you, even while you feel the pressure around your soul. You have felt it, haven't you? The heaviness in moments you wanted peace. The sudden waves of doubt when you were trying to move forward. The strange resistance every time you tried to step into something bigger than where you were before. You wondered why it felt like invisible forces were pushing against your confidence, your peace, your clarity. But listen to me. Spiritual warfare is not proof that you are losing. It is proof that you are dangerous to darkness. The attacks did not increase because you were weak. They increased because something inside you is growing stronger than you realize. The enemy does not waste energy attacking empty ground. Storms do not rage against houses that are already collapsing. The resistance you feel is because I am building something inside your spirit that cannot be easily destroyed. There were days you felt emotionally exhausted for reasons you could not explain. Days you felt misunderstood, even by people who claimed to love you. Moments where anxiety tried to convince you that your future was uncertain. That was not just life being hard. That was spiritual pressure trying to slow down what I am accelerating in your destiny. You see, I am strengthening your spiritual authority through what you are enduring. I am teaching you how to stand when your emotions feel weak. I am teaching you how to speak hope when fear is loud. I am teaching you how to carry peace in environments where chaos is normal. You are being trained, chosen one, to walk in spiritual strength that cannot be given by education, status, or human approval. The battles you are fighting are not random attacks. They are responses to the light growing inside you. Your courage scares the darkness. Your faith, even when it feels small, is powerful in ways you cannot measure. Every time you refused to give up, something in the unseen world shifted. You have survived battles that were meant to silence you. You have kept going when giving up would have felt easier. That persistence is not coincidence. That is spiritual strength forming like steel being forged in fire. And I need you to understand this deeply. The warfare will not destroy you. It is revealing who you are becoming. You are not just surviving seasons of spiritual battle. You are being prepared to carry spiritual influence, peace, and strength into places that desperately need it. One day you will look back and realize that what felt like attack was actually training. What felt like chaos was actually preparation. What felt like spiritual pressure was actually my power shaping you into someone who cannot be easily shaken. So stand strong, chosen one. Do not fear the battle, because I am fighting with you inside you and ahead of you. And what I am building through this warfare will make your destiny impossible to ignore. Listen to me, chosen one, because I know what isolation has felt like to you. I know how quiet your world became. I know how you would sit in the silence and wonder if anyone still noticed you were there. I know the nights when your phone stayed quiet, the moments when conversations felt shallow, the seasons when you felt invisible, even in crowded rooms. You thought isolation meant abandonment. You thought I had stepped back and left you alone to fight life by yourself. But I was never far from you. I was closer than you felt, closer than your fears could understand. Your isolation was never punishment. It was training. I had to pull you away from the noise because the world speaks loudly, chosen one. People speak loudly. Opinions speak loudly. Expectations speak loudly. The pressure to perform, to impress, to keep up. It all creates noise that can drown out the quiet truth of who you really are in me. So I brought you into seasons of quiet learning. Do you remember how strange it felt at first? The silence was uncomfortable. You tried to fill it with distractions. You tried to stay busy so you wouldn't have to think about how alone you felt. Because when everything slowed down, you started hearing your own thoughts, your fears, your doubts, your questions about purpose. But I was there in that quiet space, speaking softly when the world stopped shouting over your soul. I was teaching you how to recognize my voice in ways that cannot be imitated by crowds. Because when your destiny becomes stronger, you will need clarity that does not depend on human approval. You will need guidance that does not shift with public opinion. You will need spiritual hearing that can recognize truth even when the world calls it strange. You were not isolated because you were forgotten. You were isolated because I was building intimacy between your spirit and mine. There are things I wanted to tell you that could only be heard in stillness. Lessons about strength, lessons about patience, lessons about timing, lessons about trusting me when you cannot see the full picture. You were being trained to walk with spiritual confidence that does not collapse when people misunderstand you. I know sometimes isolation hurt deeply. You watched others build friendships, relationships, and support systems while you felt like you were walking a different path. But I was teaching you independence of spirit, not loneliness, but spiritual self-awareness rooted in my presence. Because when I elevate you into your destiny seasons, you will not need constant noise to feel secure. You will not need crowds to validate your purpose. You will walk with quiet authority, knowing who you are because you have learned to hear my voice above everything else. And listen carefully. Chosen one, the isolation is not permanent. I was not teaching you how to be alone forever. I was teaching you how to never feel alone again, even when you stand in places where no one else understands your calling. The world will soon hear your voice. But first, you had to learn how to hear mine, and that was the real miracle happening inside your silence. Listen to me, chosen one, because I need you to hold on to this truth deep inside your heart. Your breakthrough is already being released, even if your eyes cannot see it yet, even if your circumstances still look the same, even if yesterday looked like defeat and today feels heavy with waiting. You have been standing in a season of anticipation, haven't you? Watching, hoping, praying quietly in moments when nobody was listening. You have been believing for change while living in the tension between what you know I promised and what you are currently experiencing. That space between promise and manifestation can feel lonely, but I am working there, quietly, powerfully, unseen but unstoppable. I know there were days when you thought nothing was changing. Days when you wondered if your prayers were even reaching me. Days when you looked at your life and said, "Is anything moving? Is anything happening for me?" And I need you to hear my voice clearly in this moment. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean I am not moving everything around you. Your breakthrough is not starting when your situation suddenly changes. Your breakthrough started the moment you refused to give up believing in me. There are things happening behind closed doors that you cannot yet perceive. Connections being aligned, opportunities being prepared, people being positioned, spiritual and physical paths being cleared for you to walk into what I prepared for your destiny. You thought you were waiting, but in truth, I was preparing everything so that when your breakthrough arrives, it will not fall apart under pressure. Because I do not release blessings that cannot sustain you. I do not open doors that will destroy your peace. I am building stability, strength, and endurance inside your spirit so that when your breakthrough appears, you will not be shocked by it. You will be ready to carry it. Remember how long you felt stuck, how long you felt like life was moving around you but not for you. That was not punishment. That was preparation. I was strengthening your faith muscles, teaching you how to keep believing even when evidence was not visible. Because the breakthrough I am bringing you into will require spiritual strength, emotional maturity, and courage you did not have in earlier seasons. And listen closely, you are closer than you think. You may feel like you are standing in darkness, but I am already standing in your tomorrow. I have already walked into your future. The miracle you are waiting for is already in motion. Like seeds growing beneath the soil, before the surface shows anything has changed. Your breakthrough is quietly breaking through invisible barriers right now. So do not lose hope in the waiting. Do not interpret silence as absence. Do not believe the lie that nothing is happening. Because I am working, even when you cannot see my hands. Your breakthrough is coming, not as a surprise to me, but as a confirmation to your destiny. And soon, you will know that every moment of waiting was never wasted. Listen to me, chosen one. I need you to hear this truth deep inside your spirit, deeper than your memories, deeper than your pain. Your destiny was written before your pain ever began. Before you knew what heartbreak felt like, before rejection found your name, before confusion ever whispered doubt into your mind. You were never an accident trying to find meaning. You were purpose waiting to be revealed. There was a version of your story already written in my heart before life ever touched you with struggle. Before you learned how to cry quietly so others would not notice. Before you learned how to survive moments you never should have had to survive. I knew who you were. I knew what you would face. And I still said yes to your life. I know sometimes you look back at your past and ask questions that feel heavy inside your chest. Why did I have to go through that? Why did I have to feel that kind of pain? Why did I have to learn strength through suffering instead of comfort? But chosen one, your pain did not write your destiny. Your destiny was already stronger than your pain. Pain only tried to rewrite your story. It tried to convince you that you were broken beyond repair. It tried to convince you that your value was damaged by what you survived. But I was always there, quietly preserving the original design of who you are meant to become. You are not who people labeled you as. You are not who your past tried to convince you that you were. You are who I created you to be before life tried to place limitations on your identity. There were moments when you felt invisible, like your life had no direction, like you were wandering through seasons that felt meaningless. But even in those seasons, I was guiding you step by step toward destiny intersections you could not yet see. Every experience you survived was somehow being woven into the purpose I prepared for you. Your compassion came from understanding pain. Your wisdom came from surviving confusion. Your strength came from standing back up after falling. Nothing was wasted in your story. There is beauty in how I designed your life, chosen one. Because I do not build destinies that collapse under pressure. I build destinies that can carry transformation, healing, and hope for others who will one day walk behind you and see your story as evidence that I never give up on my people. You are not late. You are not behind. You are walking inside a timeline that was carefully prepared for you. The world may have tried to define you by what happened to you. But I define you by what I am still going to do through you. Your destiny was written in love, written in purpose, written with victory already waiting at the end of every struggle you faced. And what I am about to reveal in your life will make your past pain look like preparation for something beautiful. Listen to me, chosen one. because I need you to feel this truth deep inside your spirit. Even in the moments you thought you were completely alone, I was there. Divine protection has been surrounding you in ways you could not see, in ways you could not feel, in ways you may only understand when you look back over your life one day and realize how many times you were kept from destruction without even knowing it. There were moments, weren't there? Moments where danger came closer than you realized. Moments where something could have gone terribly wrong, but somehow it didn't. You called it luck. You called it coincidence. But I call it protection. Quiet protection. Invisible protection. Love protecting destiny. You have walked through seasons where you felt exposed, vulnerable, uncertain about what tomorrow would bring. You prayed sometimes in desperation, whispering words into the darkness, wondering if anyone was listening. And I want you to remember this, chosen one. I never left your side, even when silence was the loudest thing you felt. I was there when you made decisions that could have led you into places where your spirit would have been crushed. I was there when you turned away from situations that looked attractive, but were spiritually dangerous for your purpose. You thought you were making choices alone, but I was quietly guiding your steps, steering your heart, protecting your future from outcomes you were never meant to endure. There were people who entered your life with hidden intentions, words that were spoken to discourage your spirit, situations that felt emotionally heavy for reasons you could not explain. But protection does not always look like dramatic rescue. Sometimes protection looks like doors that quietly close, relationships that slowly fade, opportunities that disappear without explanation. You thought you were being rejected, but I was guarding your destiny, because what I placed inside you is too valuable to leave unguarded. There were nights you survived emotionally, spiritually, and mentally when the weight of everything felt overwhelming. You woke up stronger than you felt. You kept moving forward even when your heart was tired. That strength was not accidental. That was my protection giving you endurance when you could not carry yourself. I protected your mind when fear tried to invade your thoughts. I protected your heart when disappointment tried to harden your spirit. I protected your future when you did not yet know what you were being saved from. And listen closely, chosen one, you are still under that protection now, even when you step into new seasons, even when you face new challenges, even when destiny begins opening doors you never expected. You will never walk alone. You will never fight alone. You will never be abandoned to chaos. Because I am not just protecting where you are. I am protecting where you are going. And one day, you will look back over your life and see my fingerprints everywhere, in your survival, in your strength, in your story. And you will know, without any doubt, that you were always surrounded by divine protection. Listen, because something is beginning to awaken inside your spirit right now. Something is beginning to shift in the way you see your pain. You are starting to realize that nothing you survived was wasted. Not one tear, not one sleepless night, not one moment when you felt like you were breaking apart inside. Your pain had purpose. I know you once believed your suffering was random, that life was simply being hard on you for no reason. But I need you to feel this truth rising inside your chest, like fire being rekindled. Your pain was preparation. I was building something inside you that comfort could never create. You were being prepared for strength that cannot be shaken by opinions, prepared for wisdom that cannot be bought with experience alone, prepared for authority that can stand in rooms where fear tries to dominate. Every struggle was strengthening something deeper. Inside your soul, patience, courage, compassion, spiritual awareness, and resilience. And while you were walking through those hard seasons, you were not walking alone. You thought you were navigating life by yourself, but unseen protection was moving around you like invisible walls guarding your future. There were moments where disaster was closer than you realized. Decisions that could have destroyed your peace. People who could have changed the direction of your life forever. But somehow you were guided away. Somehow you kept standing when circumstances should have broken you. That was not luck. That was destiny, protection surrounding you like a shield you could not see. And now something deeper is happening. Your destiny is beginning to activate. You can feel it in your spirit, can't you? That quiet stirring, that hunger for purpose, that feeling that you were made for something bigger than survival. You are not just meant to endure life, you are meant to transform it. The same pain that once tried to silence you is becoming the fuel that will give your voice power. Because destiny does not activate in comfort. Destiny awakens in the aftermath of struggle. In the moment when you decide that your pain will not define you, your purpose will. You are stepping out of survival seasons and into assignment seasons. Seasons where your story will give hope to people who feel exactly like you once did. Seasons where what you survived becomes proof that you were always chosen for something greater than what tried to break you. So feel this rising inside you, not fear, not anxiety, but power, purpose, calling, destiny awakening. Because your pain was never the end of your story. It was the beginning of your authority in the life I prepared for you. Chosen one, this is not where your story ends. This is where victory begins. Everything you walked through was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal the strength I placed inside you before the world ever knew your name. I have been with you in every silent prayer, every tear you hid, every moment you felt forgotten. I never left, not for 1 second. Not in your pain, not in your waiting, not in your battles. I was there, turning your struggles into preparation, your wounds into wisdom, and your survival into spiritual authority. Now rise, stand tall again. The chains that tried to hold you cannot hold what I have already chosen and called. Walk forward with courage, with peace, with power in your spirit. Your destiny is still alive. Your purpose is still rising. Go forward, because your victory is already written in heaven.